So it's been over 15 years since Black Ops 1 was released on like PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, like during that era. And it's crazy to think that this game has never gotten an official remake. And honestly, like on one hand, it does not surprise me because Activision like to put out new entries every single year and try and top themselves. But I feel like recently, within the past couple of years, that hasn't really been the case. If anything, um, like the last couple of games they've had have been like they've been really bad compared to the games they were putting out back in the teens decade or even like the late 2000s. And um and I feel like these bad entries, it's like started after like after the acquisition between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, and it's gotten to a point where Activision has lost millions of dollars as a result. And I don't think they even posted the sales figures of um of anything in relation to Black Ops 7 or how much they lost or anything like that. Black Ops 6 was, I guess, slightly better than 7, but it was way better than the Modern Warfare 3 remake from 2023. A lot of people said it was a disaster, and it's still considered like one of the lowest rated Call of Duty games of all time. And it's to a point where it seems like, Battlefield is probably the predominant like shooter. Franchise out there right now for the time being. And and I honestly feel like, one of the reasons why Battlefield like the most recent, like Battlefield 6 was a huge success was because we don't get a new like entry like of Battlefield every single year, because prior to Battlefield 6 we got a Battlefield game in 2021. So yeah, it's like they don't put out new entries every year, and I don't think oversaturation is necessarily an issue with EA and Battlefield or anything like that. But but yeah, you look at Black Ops 1 from 2010, and I don't know, you look at like how much it sold, you look at all the features, how good the campaign was for that particular game. And you look at like the multiplayer game modes, it's like the replay value for that game was really high. It sold over 30 million copies worldwide. I think it earned more than $1 billion in revenue. And it was just like there was so much content, that players had at their disposal. And it was one of those games that it kind of defined like the early teens in relation to like the shooter genre. I honestly feel like Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are among two of the best games that Activision has given us from that decade. And um and I don't know, I feel like from the late 2000s, a game that deserves a remake from the Call of Duty franchise is Call of Duty World at War from 2008, because I believe that was the game where the Nazi zombies were introduced. And and it's hard to believe that it's been almost 20 years since Call of Duty World at War was released. Hopefully we get an official remake of that game sometime down the line. I heard there's like a fan made project going on for a current generation remake that features like certain things like ray tracing and improved lighting and enhanced textures and stuff like that. And um and yeah, it's one of those things where I feel that Activision has to do everything they can to win back their fan base, because I feel like they've alienated their fan base over the past couple of years with their poor video games. And like I remember looking at the trailer for Black Ops 7. I've heard people say that it literally looked like half of it looked like AI slop. And I looked at the trailer for Battlefield 6. It looked exciting. It looked like an actual video game trailer that you can sink your teeth into. And I actually saw people put in the comment section for Black Ops 7 that they're going to buy Battlefield 6 because they thought the trailer was just god awful. And and I don't know, it's sad to see like what the Black Ops series has become, especially considering the fact that Black Ops 7 is supposed to be the sequel to the Black Ops 2 game, which is one of their best entries. And And to me, like the Call of Duty Black Ops series kind of reminds me of like the Mega Man X series. Like it started off good, and by the time um you got to like Mega Man X7, it basically was just god awful because Mega Man X7 is considered to be the worst installment within its series, just like Black Ops 7 is considered to be like the worst in the Black Ops series. And yeah, it's just I don't know exactly, what to think about the future of Call of Duty as a franchise. It's quite possible that if they it's quite possible that maybe like if they decide to, I guess, go back to taking games that were really popular and just like, you know, remaking them and just giving the fans what they wanted. I feel like if they do like the remakes right and they don't like, charge for stuff that was free in the original versions of the games, they should be okay. But AAA video game developers can't help themselves. And for the most part, they have to use microtransactions. They have to try and squeeze every penny and every dollar out of players as they can. And I feel like this is something that's only going to get worse over time.